Welcome to the LIT Strength Circuit class. So this is a really powerful class for building strength, and you all have asked for it, and here it is. So I'm going to be developing several of these. Love your feedback after you take it. I am using 8-pound weights. If you haven't been lifting weights of any kind, I certainly would start with 2 or 3 pounds, maybe build up to 5, and then the 8 pounds. You could also go to 10 pounds. We're going to be doing a short reset, and then we'll be doing a circuit of 4 different moves, and then we'll do a little thing in between, and then we'll repeat it. Okay, so we're going to start off on our back, and we'll have the weights near us. All right. Establish your triple S, deep breaths, and then we'll lift into a low bridge. So keep those front ribs really stable. This is very important when you're lifting weights to have this very, very stable dynamic core, meaning we don't want it to be like we're sucking anything in, but everything is drawing to support this center. So the back ribs are on the floor underneath the scapula. The very low back ribs don't have to be, but you don't want to start lifting up from there, really holding these front ribs steady. We're going to bring the left foot more to the center and unweight the right foot. So I'm going to lift and lower, but if you'd like, you can start and add a weight. Just gently put it on the left front pelvic point. The right hand's holding the front ribs, and this added load is going to help us get right into our glutes. So we're lifting and lowering, holding those ribs steady, and you can feel how that added weight, hopefully you can feel how that added weight is going right into the glutes, the hamstrings. If you feel like your knee is ever getting compressed, just walk your foot a little bit away. And we'll do about 4 more of these, holding these ribs. This last time we're going to stay at the top and then just do these little pulses, really get that left glute firing. 3, 2, and then 1. I'm going to gently lower this weight, stretch out the right leg, stretch out the left wrist, lift a little higher in my bridge if possible, pushing into that left big toe pad, and then I'll lower the right foot. I'm going to unweight the left. I'm going to have my weight handy, so carefully, if you use it, we'll put it right over that right front pelvic point. Left hand on the ribs and start to lift and lower. And same idea here. If your knee feels compressed, just walk your right foot a little bit away. Make sure your right big toe pad is pushing into the floor. And we're just really making this right leg come awake, holding our center. You want to use your breath a lot to help when you have added load. So exhale helps with that movement. And 3 more. And then we'll hold at the top, and same thing, tiny, tiny presses here. It's also fine to have various weights, like start off smaller, but maybe during some of the big movements like a squat, you could go a little heavier. Last time, I'll lower the weight carefully, stretch out the left, and then stretch out the right wrist. You have to have your body prepared to add load. So it's much better to try this with less weight at first. And then lower the left foot, slowly come all the way down. We're going to have the weight, so whatever size weight you want. The right elbow is bent. I'm holding the weight. The left hand's behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, I'll lift up. I'm going to straighten this left leg. And then this right arm is just going to reach up. It's an overhead press. And then I slowly bring it back down. I'm holding the pelvis steady. I reach up. And I'll bring the right elbow back down. Lower the foot. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Left leg straightens, reach the right arm up, and slowly, so you want to really control that, especially if you've got heavier weight, slowly bring it down, lower the left foot, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. Straighten the left leg, reach the right arm up, slowly bring it down. Right arm up, the sacrum stays steady. Slowly bring it down, lower the left foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Left leg will straighten. Maybe the right heel will lift. So we have a little bit less on the floor. We've got to really tighten the abdominals. Arm reaches up and then it pulls down. Lower the right heel, lower the left foot. One more time. Exhale, lift. Straighten the left leg. Maybe lift the right heel. Reach the arm up and slowly down. Reach the arm up. Slowly bring it down. Lower the heel, lower the foot. Slowly lower the weight. Okay, and then we switch off. Okay? So the left hand holds the weight, right hand holds your head, elbows in, exhale, lift. Right leg straightens. And overhead press. We reach and then pull down. So it's really controlling on the way down, holding those front ribs steady. Lower the right foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Right leg straightens. Reach up. Slowly bring it down. So again, if you can't do it with control, lose the weight or lower the weight, meaning decrease the weight. Exhale, lift. Right leg straightens. Up. Slowly bring it down. I'm holding my deep abdominals, not letting the abdominals poof up at all. Lower the right foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Right leg lifts. Maybe the left heel lifts. Really pulling down into the sacrum as the arm comes up. And slowly lower. Lower the left heel, lower the right foot. And exhale, lift. Straighten the right leg. Lift the left heel. Reach up. Bring it down. Reach up. And bring it down. Lower. And then we'll lower that weight carefully. So that's also important. Moving the weights around, really be aware of how much weight you have here. So we're going to come onto our knees. I want you to think of unweighting the knees, like this is how much I'm pulling my thighs up deep into hip flexion, and the chest is open. The weights are in front. I'm going to hover the weights. So really grab it like you're grabbing an imaginary ball between your calf and your hamstring. And then we're going to pull, reach, pull. The chest stays open. So waking up some of the back, some of the rib cage muscles. Reach, exhale. Reach, taut. We're really holding the core strong and reach. And reach. And pull. We want to feel the back muscles, some of those bigger ones are like your lats working, as well as some of the smaller ones, controlling the head of the shoulder bone so it doesn't dip down. Pull. 3 more. And last one. Now we're going to put the weights down off the mat and come into down dog, which will feel really nice to kind of stretch all this out. Big breath way up on the toes. Inhale and exhale. We'll step the left foot forward, lower the right knee, 90-90, and then reach the arms up. Lift up, let the scapula lift, draw up through the front line of the body, and then bring the hands down, come back into down dog on the balls of the feet. Then we'll step the right foot forward, lower the left knee, but not the toes. Lift everything up. So we're really lifting up, lean through the center of the body, and then come back into down dog. This time we'll come forward into plank, ears above the shoulders. Exhale, lower the knees, lower slowly, the chest stays off the floor. Cobra, and then lift into down dog. And take a deep breath there. All right, our first set begins. So we're going to take our weights. You can think of this as a really wide squat. You also could have your toes a little bit out. It's not a goddess. This is really a deadlift. The arms are going to be straight and they're just in the middle here. And so I'm going to squat, but look at my chest. I'm trying to keep it upright, but I'm not letting the ribs move. So I'm squatting. So sometimes we hinge. So we're just keeping the chest up. You can turn the toes out a little bit more if you need more space, but we don't go quite, again, we're not trying to go into a full goddess. We go down and up. And you really want to decelerate, control this. Feel the legs, feel the glutes, feel the pelvic floor, feel the entire core. Down and up. 4 more. The form really matters. So again, keeping that chest as much as you can facing forward. Last one. All right, so that's our first move. Our second move is a side plank, a held side plank. So left hand is on the floor, and we're gonna stack the right foot on top, the right arm comes up. And we're gonna hold this and breathe. We're going for about 30 seconds, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm kind of counting in my head, but we wanna feel that tricep shaking. We're pulling energy up through the finger pads, holding strong through the center, and then just feeling all the quivering and breathing. Nice. Keep the breath going. A few more. Feel that strong core through the center, and then we'll lower the right hand. Shoulders right over the wrist, and then inner feet seal together. And here we go. Breathe. The breath is really going to help you feel like this is more manageable. Use your breath, fill it into the back. Keep lifting out of the floor, like pulling that energy up into the shoulder. And that's our second set of things. Okay, our third set, we're going to grab the weight. It's going to be an overhead press. Now this is important. I'm going to start with my palm facing forward, and then it'll flip. And that just is helpful for the shoulder. Right arm is holding the weight, left arm is out. And so I'll press and lift. And I'm going to let that scapulary lift, and then I lower with control. Exhale up. Everything in the center is super strong, super firm. We want to give space to the shoulder joint. So during that external rotation with the motion, and lower with control. So this is similar to being on the ground when I said lower with control. Again, lose the weight if this doesn't feel good. Try the movement without the weight and then add lower weights. We're going to do a few more. Reach up. I'm lengthening. I'm trying to grow through my spine, pressing the feet into the floor. And last one. And then switch sides. So again, palm starts facing forward, the right arm out, tall through the spine, and I'm going to flip and reach up through the knuckles. And that helps to clear and get all the shoulder muscles working. Exhale, grow tall in the spine, down slowly. Down slowly. Woo! Maybe we'll appreciate our stream more now than doing some of this stuff. This is all good for us though. A few more. Reach up. And reach up. One more. Reach up. Okay, that was number 3. Now we're going to use the block for this next one, and you don't have to be on the mat, but you can. The left foot will be on the block. The right hand's holding the weight just down, but we don't want to let the shoulder dip. We're just holding it there steady, and the left arm is out to the side. So we're going to step the right foot, and we'll squat here. Same idea. We're not trying to keep the chest here, but we're also not going way back. We're just really loading the legs and then coming up. And exhale, come up. Strong on the landing. Keep the back of the neck long, so I'm not lifting my chin. I'm keeping the back of the neck also in line, but I'm also resisting a big going back into the glutes. There's a little hinge, but not much. I'm really trying to load the legs. And down. Get the springs in the legs, push off. Land, push off. That left knee straightens and you get tall. The left glute works. Last one. Other side. Right foot on the block, right arm out, really rigid in the core. And here we go. We go out. And this is my harder balancing side. So I'm really focusing on that right outer hip, holding in and lengthening up so we don't sway. There's wobbling is normal. And if your foot, my foot is kind of grabbing the block, and that's fine. You just want it secure. Lower, lower. 2 more. And last one. Good. Okay, so we've done that. We're gonna go back to the mat and we'll do a down dog again. Big breath in. And exhale. We'll step that left foot forward. This time lower the right knee, but keep the right shoulder over the wrist. We'll do a twist here. So just feel nice. And then come into your down dog. Way up on the toes. Big breath. And step the right foot forward. Left knee down. Left shoulder over the wrist. Right arm up. And then coming into your down dog. Way up on the toes. And then come forward into plank. Adjusting your feet. Ears above the shoulders, and then lower to the floor in whatever way you'd like, knees down or not, cobra. And we'll lift, down dog. We're gonna repeat that. So let's grab our weights. So that first circuit, remember our feet are really wide, toes might be turned out a little bit, and we're trying to keep the chest up. Back of the neck is long. Here we go. We go down and then up. And up. So I'm not letting my chin lift, but I'm keeping the back of the neck long. Working the legs, working the glutes. Holding, of course, the rest of the core really stable. And down. Press away. And down. Down. And feeling the muscles working. Yes, the knees are bending, but we're really working the muscles. 2 more. And last one. And okay, here comes those wonderful side planks. Left hand is down, shoulders over the wrists, we stack. Right arm is up and get really, I'm pulling the fingers pads together a little bit here. And then focusing on the breath, focusing on the breath helping me feel lighter in the center. If your arm is quivering, that's good. That means you're not locking out joints. That's actually what we want. You can keep your gaze steady. You can look down at your hand, whatever feels right. Just don't strain your neck. Hold that front body steady. You're almost there. And then the right hand comes down. Right shoulder over the wrist. Stack the left foot on top. If you prefer a stagger, that's also okay with the left foot in front. And really seal those inner feet together if you do have them like this, or seal your inner thighs together if you do a little stagger. Focus on the breath. Lifting that energy out of the wrist up into the right scapula, and then holding those front ribs steady. And we're there. Okay, we'll grab the weight and we'll start with the right hand. Okay, standing upright, really tall, left arm out, palm is facing forward. Again, you can change weights if this felt like too difficult. We reach up, slowly down, and spin, reach. Those ribs don't move. Reach, grow tall in the spine. The pelvis is not tipping. You can have a little lightness in your knees. So my knees are not locked out, but I'm lifting up in the arches of the feet. So I'm helping that upward lift, making space in the shoulder. Reach. And reach. And reach up. One more. lift up, lift that arm up, and then we'll slowly bring it over to the other hand. That right arm reaches up, tall on the spine, palm forward, and then lift, lower slowly. Exhale with it. You're tightening in the core to give that stability. Reach up, lower with control. Reach up. Everything in a way is helping this. Just like with the abdominals, the arm is working, but what's really working is the core controlling it and giving it space. Back of the neck is long. Exhale, reach up, slowly down. Reach up, overhead press. This is really nice, but you want it to feel clean. One more. Reach up. Okay, our last move, we'll hold the weight in the right hand. Left foot's on the block. Left arm is out to the side, and the right arm is just down, but again, we're not letting it, we're holding that shoulder steady. And we go down and hinge, little hinge, but mostly upright. Push into the left foot, come up. Exhale. And push and come up. So trying to keep that chest mostly facing forward, not dipping down toward the floor. Slowly land, absorb it in the legs, push into the floor. Of course, there's some balance. And tall on the spine, keep the back and the neck long. That chin sometimes wants to venture forward. 2 more. Push. I'm really pushing in the left leg. So I push off the left and that carries my right leg up. Okay, now right foot on the block and right hand out to the side. Here we go. Push into the right leg, come up. Lower slowly through the right leg so that left foot doesn't land clunkily. That's what we're aiming for. Tall through the spine. And keeping that left shoulder from dripping. So we are holding, it's a held weight from that left shoulder, left scapula. Push in the right leg. And down. 1 more. And push. Okay, and so just as a little wind down to that, we could do 3 sets. We'll build up to that, but for today, we're gonna just do 2. Take a deep breath in, down dog, step your left foot forward. You can use the block or not, and twisted crescent. Breathe into the whole rib cage. Left hand down, and down dog. Right foot forward, left shoulder's over the wrist, right arm is up, and twist. A big breath. I'm lifting that energy through the legs. And then down dog. Come forward into plank. And then lower, all the way down. We're going to do 1 little locust here. And just feel the back body. And then we're just going to end bringing your, making your pillow with your forehead and a little swisher. And then you can just go about your day. Give yourself a big high five. I hope you enjoyed this. It's great to just add some extra weight just to your routine to fortify those muscles and bones and the core, obviously. So thank you so much. From my heart to yours. Let's stay strong together.